We were seeing an open border, high inflation. We were seeing hardworking men and women in Iowa and our country feel like their voices were not heard. Families in Iowa have told me for the last 4 years that we want to make sure we have safe streets, we have affordable groceries and gas, and that kids have opportunity to be able to live out the American dream. And that is what President Trump is delivering for us. And the president is, I believe, fighting for you and fighting for me. I'm fighting alongside of him. And I think God saved President Trump's life in Butler. I think he saved his life in Butler, Pennsylvania, for a reason. I think that he is, just naming where you're from. Thank you.
Yep, Steve Peterson, Decorah. I'm concerned about a lot of things, but one of the things I'm really concerned about is the corruption in Washington. And I think that it undermines our faith in our government, and I think it undermines our faith in representatives. In particular, I'm thinking about the $400 million jet that was given to Mr. Trump. I'm thinking about the meme coins and the dinner at the White House. I'm thinking about the Liberty Fund and the Ponzi scheme and the billions of dollars that are coming into there. So there's lots of reasons why somebody like you might be silent. You might be scared to say something. You might actually like to see the corruption. I know there are some that are making a lot of money from it. Or you might not care about it. Could you help me understand why you are silent about this corruption?
Well, first of all, Steve, thank you for the question. I think it's really unfair to imply that I like to see corruption in Washington, D.C. I reject that premise wholeheartedly. I am here answering your questions in public because I care about transparency. Just a minute, I'm going to answer your question. I care about transparency and accessibility and doing things the right way. I was actually just named to the House Ethics Committee because I do things the right way. That is a committee that is evenly balanced. It's Republicans and Democrats 5 and 5, and we have to, in many cases, look at very serious allegations against our colleagues and police them from doing the right thing. So I'm answering your question. Steve, I'm answering your question. You may not like my answer, and if that's the case, then that's your right to not like my answer, but I'm answering your question. So one of the things that I did to lead by example here, so that my constituents know that the decisions that I am making, because I am accountable to all of you. Many of you probably didn't vote for me. Some of you probably did. What I think is important is leading by example. And so when I was named to the House Appropriations Committee, for example, I want to make sure you know that any decision that I make, any funding request I make, is not something I'm going to get a kickback on. So my husband and I actually sold all of our publicly traded stocks. I'm not making stock trades to make money while I'm in Congress. I'm not doing any of that stuff. The other thing I think is important is following the rules. And so when you look at what happened with that plane, everything was followed ethically. It was given to the Department of Defense. And what I think is important to note in this bigger conversation is there is going to be a look at make sure that plane is safe for us to use. Ultimately, that's my biggest concern with any sort of plane like that. If it's received from a foreign entity, we need to make sure the rules were followed and that there are no spy materials available on the plane. And so we're going to be making sure that that happens, because the last thing we need, no matter who is the president, is a president flying around in a plane with spy materials aboard. So everything was followed ethically, and I'm here answering your questions today. So I am not afraid to answer your questions.